Good people, what is going on? It's Desmond, All Go Podcast. Want to talk about the Detroit Lions. Couple things that I think they need to figure out, and I have something drastic that I think they need to do. So before I get into it, please like and subscribe. Definitely appreciate the support. Share the video out on social media. Also on Wednesdays, from 5 to 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I'm on the Michigan Football at the Voice of College Football podcast on YouTube, so please check it out. Definitely appreciate it. The Detroit Lions, they are in camp. They have pads on. They're hitting, all that good stuff. My expectations for the Lions would be anywhere between 7 to 9 wins. That's kind of in my mind where I would be happy with that. I'll put it that way. They've got the Bears in the division. I don't think there's any way you should lose a game to the Bears. That should be 2 wins there. The Vikings, I think the Vikings, here's what I'll say. We should split with the Vikings. We should definitely split with the Vikings, maybe even beat them 2 games as well. And then with the Packers, what you hope is a split there. What would give me some confidence is, Aaron Rodgers losing Devontae. That guy, you can't cover him, especially not with Jeff Okudah. But, you just like to think that they're going to take at least a little bit of a step back. Lions have got to get better with their run stopping, their run defense. Have got to get better with that. But, if you can, and this is obviously wishful thinking for me and expectations, but if you can, in the division, 5-1, let's even call it 4-2. You put yourself in really good shape. And the things that the Lions have to figure out is, number one, what is Jared Goff? Is he the Jared Goff from the first 10 games of last season? Or is he the Jared Goff of the last 4 or 5 games of the season? We will see. Time will tell. He's not going to have any real opposition when it comes to the quarterback spot. He is firmly in the QB1 spot. If he's that guy from the last 4 or 5 game stretch, I think we can win, 8-9 games. But if he's going to be that guy from the first 10 or so, you can't do much with that. So I think Jared Goff can be a B to maybe B plus quarterback. I think we are getting to the point where we have enough around him. We're not an elite team by any stretch, but you look at our O-line, we have a really good O-line. You look at our running backs, DeAndre Swift. I know he had some injuries last year, but as explosive as they come. Jamal Williams has been a really good back for us. I think that's something you can work with. Amon-Ra St. Brown. Hopefully Jameson Williams comes back in, week 7, 8, something like that, to be an explosive weapon for us. Sign Chark. We've made some good additions. And, so you'd like to think we've got enough around Jared where he doesn't have to be Superman. I don't think he's got the ability to be Superman, but he doesn't have to be that. He just has to just get the ball to your playmakers and let those guys do what they need to do. So got to figure that out. Also, need to figure out what we've got on defense. I think we have the ability, once again, it's a lot of potential. It's camp. Nobody's played any games, but, you'd like to think that Hutchinson can come in and have an impact from the beginning. He, from all reports, has been looking really good in camp. We've got some DBs. Tracy Walker's been, looking pretty well. Will Harris, I think we've got the ability. So it's just gonna depend on and be dependent on what can we do. And I think everybody would say that Dan Campbell, so far as is passing the test. I think his energy is great. He says a lot of the right things. Even when our team was pretty bad last year, those guys still played hard until the end, even in meaningless games. And that says a lot about your coach. And maybe it was just the first year energy and guys were fighting for spots. I don't know. Whatever the case may be, it happened. So now in year 2, he's got to show more. I mean, it's got, you know, we need to see that you can have the X's and O's and you can outcoach somebody standing on that other sideline. Remains to be seen. The thing that I think the Lions should do, and I haven't really checked on this, so I might be wrong, but I think at the end of this year, almost no matter what, they should trade TJ Hockenson. Here is why I say that. The tough part is TJ Hockenson is probably a top 8 tight end, I would say. You know, you've got the big 4, and Kelsey, Kittle, Waller, and Andrews. Those guys are elite, and really the distance between 4 and 5 is just massive. Like, there's not anyone close to those guys. So, just, you know, he's a probably, I mean, you'd probably pencil him in somewhere between 5 and 8, but his deal is going to be coming up very soon. I believe he's got this year and then maybe another year, but the money that he's going to command as just a top 8 tight end, forget about what you feel about him. As a top 8 tight end, he's going to command a lot of money. Like, I don't even know what Kelsey got, 15, 16, 17 million, something in that range. And to me, TJ is a good tight end. He is not a great tight end. He's not someone that you can build an offense around, a passing offense around. He's not a matchup nightmare like a Travis Kelce or Kittle, you know, Andrews, Waller. Like, he's not that. And that's not a knock. It's just he's not at that level. So, to me, I think we should trade him after this season. And like I said, I'll check and see. Maybe I'm off. Maybe this is the last year of his deal, but I would imagine he's got another year. But I would trade him because it's just, I'm not going to get that value for, you know, $15, $16 million for a guy who's just not a game breaker. He's not. He's a really good player, but he's someone that I just think other teams would covet, and you might be able to get some good value out of him. I don't know if you'd get a first-round pick or anything like that, but I would imagine you could probably get a 2. Maybe I'm crazy and I just have no idea, but I would move him. So you guys let me know what you think down in the comments. Definitely appreciate it. Yeah, that is it for me. Peace.